Hosting Twisted Wonderland events has been one of my favorite hobbies in the last few years. This past weekend, we hosted a Fairy Gala Cupsleeve in Vancouver, Washington, right near Portland, Oregon. For those who aren't super familiar, Cupsleeve events are usually hosted at boba shops or coffee shops, and are pretty small fan gatherings. In the last few years, they've definitely risen in popularity because of the prevalence of K-pop here in the States, as they started as mostly a Korean fan event. In the last few years, there's also been a lot more anime and game events, and I've also seen them getting larger and larger. While I consider myself a decently experienced host, I also don't usually run super large events. I cannot stress what a small creator I am, and the fact that I've sold out of a few things recently and that events have gone as well as they have is honestly a bit of a miracle to me. I view Cupsleeves less as a profit-driven event and more as a fan meetup that I can actually hang out with people and get an excuse to make merch for a series that I love. I am also, unfortunately, a pretty big fan of hosting. I really like being able to put together a little event and have people come and have a good time. Because I never know exactly how many people are going to show up for the event, I try to prepare as much as I possibly can. If I overestimate and I end up with extra merch, that's totally fine. It can go into my shop and I can sell it either in my store online or at my next convention. One of the major Cupsleeve exclusive things that I do is making tier packs. In order to help fund these events, especially ones like these where I'm traveling a little bit, I put together small packs of merch that you can purchase in order to support the event and get some exclusive merch, or at least merch at a discount. For this event, our first tier was $6 and you could get 2 random photo cards, or for $15 you could get the next tier up and get a photo card holder and all 8 of the photo cards. At our highest $35 tier, you can also get a standee in addition to all the previously mentioned items. For this event, I ended up making 2 standees, one of Leona and one of Jamil, because I think that they both look great. Leona's popular and Jamil's my favorite. People had the option to pick either one, and then for $10 they could add on the other if they'd like to. Alright, we are all done with our corner rounding, which means our photo cards are good to go. This is the dust generated. That's fun. But I wonder how many sheets of paper I've cut off in my lifetime of photo card making by doing the corners. How many sheets of paper does this equate to? Technically, I do still have the Azul birthday bloom and the Riel photo card that could get made, but I need a break. My wrist hurts. Another Artist Alley staple that I like to bring to the Cupsleeves is the stamp rally. It's completely optional, but I have my vendors provide a small prize, and then if people stop at our booths, they can get a stamp at each one that they make a purchase at, and then at the end, come back to me and get their prize. I'm up in Seattle, but the event was down in Vancouver, Washington, which is near Portland. We rented a car because the last time I trusted a train, it left me stranded in the middle of the snowstorm and I ended up crying my way into a stranger's car, and it was a whole mess. We've also never actually made the drive down there before, which is crazy because we do a bunch of stuff and it feels like that would be something we would have done by now. Because neither of us had actually made that drive before, I got us a room at a hotel and got us a car for a couple extra days. Besides, it was my birthday weekend, I was excited, I wanted to go do some tourist stuff, it was gonna be fun. Because Cupsleeves are getting a little bit more popular right now, I have heard some discourse regarding the merch tiers that are available to help support the cost of the event. There seems to be a general dislike of any artist making any money ever, but especially because it's known that some of the boba shops we vend at are free to host with, there's been a little bit of complaint about having to pay for something that they don't know what it's going toward, and I just want to say, for this event specifically, y'all helped me out with the rental car, you helped me out with the hotel, and that got a little precarious for a minute. I'll talk about that in a little while. But the merch tiers do help fund the actual event happening. If I was not actually down in Portland, there was no way that I was going to be doing the event in Portland. I do make the Cupsleeves themselves in-house and a few of the tier rewards as well, but those both cost time and labor, and there's a lot of ink that gets spent on those. Oh my god, my printer is sick of my nonsense. There's also just oddball occasional expenses that come up. And while I do think that fan events are absolutely something that you can do on a volunteer basis, it is nice to be able to recover from that kind of financial strain. And I would say vending out or even running a Cupsleeve is a lot more financially accessible than attending a convention per se, but it is still something that you're taking on as a large task that takes up pretty much most of your weekend and a lot of time in the prep before. And even though the events I host are pretty small, there is a lot of work that goes into it, and being able to just take care of that is helpful. I know I probably don't need to be telling you guys this, I'm sure that you guys are like, yeah, of course, duh. But it is just something that I feel like I should reiterate sometimes, especially as half of this vlog is just event prep. From drawing all of the art that gets used for the merch and the tier rewards, to actually contacting the manufacturers, and then making everything that I make in-house on my own, and then doing the marketing and coordinating my other vendors and contacting venues, and then attending to my duties as a vendor on top of that. And a lot of hosts don't vend at their own events, but many do, and that means that we're kind of pulling double duty during these weeks. Doing all my host duties, and then I'm also doing all my artist duties, and that's a whole lot to be taking on. Luckily, I'm doing this full time right now. My wife is extremely supportive of me, and I really enjoy what I'm doing. One of the things I'm really excited about for this event is that I got to restock my Twisted Wonderland lucky draws. I haven't had these in stock for a hot minute because every time I bring them out, you guys just absolutely wipe me out. Each of these contains 2 photo cards, 2 stickers, and 1 charm. My usual charms have epoxy coating on them, which I think makes them look a lot better and a lot crisper, but these ones don't because I had one batch where it just completely got forgotten. I don't like to sell those for full price, so I decided that I'd put them into the mystery bags and it was gonna be super fun. I know it's not something that everyone notices or cares about, but I really notice it and I really care about it, and I don't want to give you guys something that I don't think is quite up to snuff. At least I don't want you guys to pay full price for it. There's totally nothing wrong with not epoxying your charms. I think it looks fine. It's just that after I've done epoxy on so many, it feels a little incomplete. I don't have these online, but I sell them at events for $10, and then you get a really solid deal. I do sell the charms individually, full price with the epoxy, and then also I sell the photo cards online. The stickers are something that I've actually retired because I don't sell individual stickers anymore, either online or at events. There are a couple stray stickers online, but I just really don't like them. I feel like everybody talks about how great the stickers are to sell, and I just never made almost any money off it. And also, they're really annoying to make. I hate my Cricut. So if you want these stickers, this is the only way to get them, and good luck getting the one you want. I don't know what's in any of these packs. The compromise I've made on the sticker front is that I still sell sticker sheets, which I really enjoy. I think that those are super fun. I like that they're cohesive. You get a little bit more bang for your buck, in my opinion, compared to just getting an individual sticker. As much as I love organizing everything into the neat little piles, I kind of actually hate to put them into the bags, because the bags, while they're kind of the perfect size, are also kind of not exactly the perfect size. And it's just very frustrating, especially by comparison.
So I love these little bags. I think they're perfect size, but they are ever so slightly too small for me to use the seal in them, which means that I get to use my favorite trick. This hair dryer straight from 2008.
Editing Able here. Baby girl, that is called a hair straightener, not a hair dryer. Let's learn. As soon as these bags are used up, I'm gonna get a slightly larger size, but I don't want them to go to waste, and they do look pretty solid. So I'm using up what I have, which is unfortunately just the most I've ever seen in my life. But with any luck, these will get gobbled up at my next few events, and then I can move on to having slightly larger packaging, and then all will be well. Drive to Portland started weird. I know that's not right. On our way in, and I ended up switching our hotel because I realized that all of the reviews on it are fake, except for a handful, which all say there's like gunshots in the walls and meth outside. So I started getting nervous and panicked, and I'm gonna be fighting Booking.com because they had a bunch of false reviews and pictures that are either old or altered. So I'm gonna fight them for my cancellation fee back, and I don't know, I was very nervous. I've been nervous in general today, but that just stressed me out real bad, and I don't want to be stressed, and I want to have a nice time, especially because the last time I was in Portland, we got a horrific snowstorm. So we're gonna do our best, and Brooke said that I have to trust my gut, so I changed it to a different place that's cute. So, woohoo, we'll see. Editing Able is back, and I did win that dispute pretty much instantly. I messaged Booking.com, I was like, hey, I noticed that these reviews are totally fake, and I'm gonna request that you guys are gonna get me a cancellation without a cancellation fee, and that's gonna be at no cost to me, please. And Booking.com said, so I messaged the hotel directly, and I was like, hey, if you guys don't give me a cancellation fee, I've noticed X, Y, and Z are kind of messed up, and I'm not going to deal with all that. I'm going to involve Booking.com, so give me that without the cancellation fee right now, please. And the hotel just said, okay, and then gave me the cancellation without a fee. Before they'd even done that, I made sure that I rebooked at a different hotel. I went to a little hostel that my friends had recommended, and it turned out to be absolutely normal and fine. I would even describe this place as really, really cute. I'm just really glad they were able to get us in and we didn't have a cancellation fee. We got a good night's sleep, got up early, and went to the cafe before setting up. It was a super fast setup. My vendors were all on time. I was so happy. There was a line outside the door. That's the first time ever. was busy immediately. I barely got to film it all. For the first hour, I did not sit down, I did not breathe. Busiest hour of my entire Artist Alley career. And then everyone just left.
What'd you do?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
What'd you do?
Don't worry about it.
The first hour was insane and no one got a break at all. After that, it was settled down quite a bit and we just had a couple groups who were hanging out for most of the event. When I'm hosting or vending, I don't always get the chance to go out and actually hang out and play with people. But I got to this time, it was so fun. I took a million Polaroids, people were using the deco station, it was a really good time. And then it felt like Teardown took absolutely no time at all. This was by far one of the easiest Cupsleeve events I have ever hosted. It was good time all around. And then we went and got the best dinner I've had in forever. Killer Banh Mi and Momo in Portland, you are my angel, you are my rock, I would die for you. I'm low-key a very big foodie and I absolutely loved this. It was so freaking good. If you're in the area, please check them out. We also went off and did all of our tourist stuff just because we had some extra time before the parking was free at the hotel.
What'd you get?
I got this.
Ooh.
And I got Iliad's Unpredictable.
That makes sense. I put it in your hands.
And I kept it. And I mean,
We're predictable.
yeah.
Good work. I think we just got exactly what anyone would assume.
The biscuits and gravy I had at the hostel in the morning were nasty. But other than that, a perfect weekend and a perfect Cupsleeve. I would love to host again at the Alley, and hopefully I will sometime soon. Thank you all for the good weekend, and thanks for watching.